Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all waking up to a fantastic morning. Unfortunately, for some, it's not so fantastic, involving Ronda Rousey after her recent remarks about WWE, and WWE has officially responded. Ringside News is the link to the source. Check them out. It'll be down in the comment section. And to those who don't know, Ronda Rousey's name has been coming up quite a lot lately in some, well, not so great remarks that are actually triggering a lot of salty snowflake wrestling fans. And she basically said about her frustrations, she said, in MMA, I originally just started there for publicity, but those other bitches did not get the memo, and so they became personal. And in WWE, it's all fake. I love them except for Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis. They can go F themselves, Rousey reveals in her book. And WWE basically stated, in response to her remarks, they said, not really. She was pretty angry during her second run here, the source remarked. And here is really where it comes into the fold. Today with wrestling fans, there's a lot of them that are bitter and angry. Anytime when you say anything against WWE, they get triggered. Wrestling fans have got severe delusion. Not all of them, but a good majority of them. Anytime when somebody says anything, they get angry and offensive. They go on the warpath and they flip out on social media. But here's the thing. Would you rather Ronda had not said nothing and just kept her frustrations in? Because then you fans would come out and say she's fake. But if she talks about it, you claim she's bitter. And the thing is, this is not the first time that someone like this has been really put into a controversial situation. I am reminded of the continued heat to this very day that Bret the Hitman Hart still gets every time when he's in a shoot interview and he talks about WWE or anything related to wrestling. He gets attacked by a lot of wrestling fans who say he's bitter and say he's a crybaby. When in reality, it's just wrestling fans with their love of wrestling and their egos bruised that they cannot handle the truth. Ronda Rousey can say whatever she wants. And with the trouble WWE is in right now, it's very, very hard to really not disagree with her. Look at all the stuff that's come out in the last several months. The Vince McMahon sex trafficking. John Laurinaitis has now been called out. There were even reports coming out that apparently WWE was fabricating lies about Rousey when she worked there, claiming that that nobody wanted to work with her, which was a bunch of bullshit. And Rousey, to be fair, I don't think she's the greatest wrestler ever, but she is not as bad as what people made her out to be. And we've seen way worse than Ronda Rousey. Let's be honest. You go back to the Divas era, you can go watch that point in time and see that there were a lot of women that were horrible in the ring. They only came into WWE because they wanted to do something else. Are you really going to tell me that Brie Bella, Nia Jax, Candice Michelle, Stacy Keibler, Tori Wilson, you going to tell me that any of those names are acceptable in wrestling ability and that Ronda was worse than all of them? Are you kidding me? I'm not saying that Ronda Rousey was the best ever. She's openly admitted that she wasn't a great wrestler. Yeah, when she came in, she didn't have a wrestling background. She's openly said that. But a lot of people came into wrestling that didn't have wrestling backgrounds. Look at David Arquette. The guy came from acting and went into WCW and got the WCW championship. You're going to tell me that he's more entertaining and a better wrestler than Ronda Rousey? Tank Abbott. The guy came from MMA. He tried professional wrestling, and yet no one crapped on that guy. I could really keep running down names. I really could. But the one thing that never changes is there are so many deluded wrestling fans that are so salty when something they love gets called out. And even after this whole Vince McMahon sex trafficking thing began, there are still fans out there that will not ever call that out, and they will blindly keep following their love for wrestling. They'll keep on, oh, you can't talk about Vince McMahon. Wrestling fans are biased. They can't handle when something they love gets called out. It's no different than these salty snowflakes that back a person and then months later they turn on them after they get a push. In reality, freedom of speech these days, it's a double-edged sword. You're allowed to say whatever, but when you say it, there's always going to be a backlash. What happened to freedom of speech in this country? What happened to people being unbiased? Because I know what would have happened if Ronda had said nothing. You guys would have said she was fake. But when she says something about WWE, you guys go on the warpath and attack her. Do you see how that works? There is no winning with these salty snowflake little bitch fans ever. And that is the problem today with wrestling fans. That's the problem today because you can't handle simple truth. Ronda Rousey, I really do believe she's on to something with this. And before you all come out and attack me and say, you can't talk about WWE that way, you better remember they've gotten away with a lot of shit. A lot of shit over the last several decades. I guess maybe you ballless wrestling fans that are too afraid to call this out for what it is, that there is stuff going on in that company, will never see it. You're going to keep on watching wrestling. Oh, this is good. You can't talk negative about it. You talk negative about it, you're mean. Give me a fucking break. That's all it is anymore with wrestling fans today. You attack somebody that calls out something that you like. Boo-hoo. Just like you guys attack Bret Hart. Oh, he's still talking about WWE screwing him. Oh, he's still talking about WCW. But anyone else talks about their falling outs, guess what you guys do? You clap. It's absolute bullshit. And in regards to Ronda Rousey, believe me when I say this, she's openly said she was not a great wrestler. But you know what? She came into wrestling from something else. And to be truthful, we have seen way worse than her. And if Ronda is really truthful and she never goes back to WWE and continues to hold her word, then I applaud her for that because there really is no integrity in wrestling anymore. You have all these people that bash WWE for years and then come running back when they can't find employment elsewhere, like CM Punk did. Got fired from AEW after bashing WWE for years, saying he'd never go back, and he went back and took the blood money. I could really run down a list of names. But truthfully, I would end up getting attacked. I would end up being the target of some of the most bitter crybaby wrestling fans ever. And you know something? If you all really believe that John Laurinaitis and Bruce Pritchard are innocent victims and they've never done wrong, look on YouTube and type shoots on John Laurinaitis or Bruce Pritchard. You're going to see some alarming stuff. Oh, wait, I forgot. You won't say anything about it. And that's really the problem. You don't have to like Ronda Rousey. I never said you had to. You just got to stop being unbiased. Or you can be unbiased and stop being biased. Excuse me, I'm getting kind of mixed up in my words here because, yeah, I'm going into a freaking rant. But time and time again, this shit never ends. And that's the problem. This is one reason why wrestling today is absolutely horrible. The fan base. You people need to wake up. She's allowed to say what's on her mind. But you people never accept truth. You'll piss and moan and you'll have a problem until the end of time and you will never accept it. That there is corruption in WWE. Maybe you people need to remove your love for wrestling and start being people again and stop being fans of a scripted sport. It's not real fighting. It's not real. You people need to quit being bitches. And that's what you are. And that's the problem today with wrestling fans. And yeah, I'm getting into a heated rant because I'm getting really mighty fucking tired of you crybaby bitches continuing this bullshit. You're never appreciative of what you have. You'll always piss and moan. You'll always cry and bitch when somebody calls out WWE. You can't handle it. You people are the fucking problem. So yeah, there's my rant. Go on ahead and attack me. I don't care. Because I'm getting sick of this shit. Ronda Rousey is absolutely right in her opinion in calling out WWE. I'd rather she say something than not be fake. Because there's a lot of fake people that have left wrestling and are too afraid and gutless to say anything. They're no different from these fake wrestling fans. And that's the damn truth. Every time you crybabies attack Bret Hart, anybody else attacks WWE or another wrestling company, oh my God, you can't say that. It's absolutely horrible. And that's why it is today that wrestling is really falling. Tired of you people always doing this shit. You never get what you want, and when you get it, you piss and moan anyway. And when someone calls it out, you can't handle it. Then maybe you shouldn't watch wrestling anymore. Jesus Christ. Tell me what you think in the comments section down below. I'm out of here. Have a great day.